Hey guys and girls, welcome back to another exciting episode of All About You. In today's segment, it's going to be a different type of video. I will be discussing a lawsuit that's going on with Vic M. His last name will be in the description below. He is the voice actor who played Broly. He had many other iconic roles, such as in Full Metal Alchemist, and just multiple animes that he has worked on, with gracing us with his, very distinguished voice. So people have been hitting me up about this little case. I didn't really know much about it. As you guys know, I am a Dragon Ball Super player. I'm not really into the other, politics of Dragon Ball. I love the anime. I love the manga. I keep up with them. In the future, you guys might see me doing reviews on this channel. But for now, there's a big case going on where it looks like, Funimation and, Toei and all those big people, working out in the whole Dragon Ball Super land, basically kicked out Vic, and it's been going on now for I believe 4 to 5 months, where he's been pretty much screwed and is trying to get redemption, so to speak, and the proper way. He's taking legal matters, and there are disposition cases going on right now. I'll have the link in the description below so you guys could check them out. I've watched all the parts. I believe it's 1 through 4. There might be more out soon, or they might even be more out right now. But I've only watched 1 through 4, and it pretty much, just to give you guys a little overview, Vic is asked a series of questions, some repulsive and some that are condescending and don't make any sense. And, Vic is trying to stay composed and answer the questions accordingly. Now, you got to remember, guys and girls, being in a situation where your coworkers are calling you out for behavior issues, and we're talking about serious behavior issues. We have Monika, I believe she's the voice of Bulma, and other women, that are working with, correlated with Funimation, that have been saying that Vic has been doing things inappropriately, whether it's from pulling their hair, and whispering words, which, let's be for real. If you see this happening, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of eyewitnesses when they're straggling in the hallways, according to some of these allegations. Then there is the aspect of Vic taking pictures with families and sometimes, hugging someone, and apparently that was inappropriate as well. Some people have said low-key, meaning that they don't want to be, they want to be anonymous, that they didn't appreciate that, and they felt that Vic meant something else, like maybe sexually, or just they felt very uncomfortable about the way he hugged them, even to the point of supposedly kissing children. He had some people talk about how fans might say, hey, can you, see my kid or hug my kid or whatever, and he would supposedly give them a kiss on the cheek or on the forehead. And they have been misconstrued into pedophilia. This is something that is, just thrown out of proportion. And again, guys, I know this isn't the Dragon Ball Super card game or related to it, but all these characters, some of the people that I already named, Sean, Shemmel, and Christopher Sabat, these are guys that we grew up listening to their voices, including Vic as Broly. We have Vegeta, Goku, Broly, Bulma, all these iconic characters that really brought a lot of joy, in our hearts. And it's kind of sad to see where you have people out to get one another because of jealousy or various reasons. Right now, Vic was doing very, very well. He just came off of doing the Broly movie, the one that we just saw this year early on. And that movie was a hit. I watched it several times. Broly became more of an iconic character, and he was already iconic, but he became canon, and to see Vic not being a part of this anymore because of all these allegations, if they were true, book him, get him. Then he don't deserve, he don't deserve a chance in the spotlight with all these other individuals for doing stuff like that. But to spread false allegations, and just the rumors, you got to realize that, guys and girls, when you start calling people a certain something, you know, in this case, you know, a pedophile, or in this, or that this person is sexually harassing other individuals, that can leave a huge blemish on your character, on your reputation, and possibly on your record. You know, if this blew up, and it has been blown up, you know, it's a situation where Vic was convicted of any of these things, he may end up doing some time, you know, and then get charged as such. That's pretty awful if the guy's innocent. Let's just, you know, again, I feel like this country, and this is kind of outside of Dragon Ball, you're basically innocent until proven guilty. It's the other way. It's like you're guilty until you're proven innocent. And that's, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have spoken about this topic, especially in the United States. And it's not cool. You know, it's just not cool. I feel like a lot of our ways as a country isn't quite right. And I don't want to get into anything political, but, you know, when you have cases like this, especially when it means your freedom, you know, you got to be very careful on how you handle each case and the ramifications, put it that way. But guys and girls, you know, I'm just going to say my piece on this, and then you guys could just read the information. I'm going to leave links on these specific matters so you guys can get caught up if you're interested. And if you're not, you wouldn't waste too much time watching this video. Vic is very iconic in the Dragon Ball verse, you know, so to speak. He's someone that, you know, I personally enjoy hearing his voice and, you know, watching him at panels. And, you know, even though I don't go to these conventions to meet these stars, I do watch them on YouTube or any platform that I may be able to get eyes on them. And if I happen to go to a con, or if I happen to be around that area and I do get the chance, I would go and see these type of people. These are people that I grew up watching, you know, grew up listening to. A lot of people when they're successful, I notice that people want to target them, you know, and there's a lot of negative energy that goes their way, whether it's in the workforce itself, meaning that in this case, voice actors on voice actors, mainly multiple people targeting one person, which would make it more believable. Which, by the way, guys and girls, some of these things already been thrown out, meaning that they have been able to prove that some of the stuff is not true. In one of the cases, there's a woman that says some guy by the name of Steve, I believe, you know, he supposedly rescued her from Vic because Vic, you know, basically was going to prowl on her and continue the sexual harassment of kisses or whatever he was supposedly doing. And it was debunked by the guy that I believe his name is Steve. It was debunked by that very gentleman, as in that he has no recollection of that incident. And it's like, well, damn, if you're going to lie, you might as well contact the person who you're going to BS and see if they remember or coerce them to remember. And obviously that's wrong. But I'm just saying, like, get your shit together if you're really going to bullshit someone. But you shouldn't be doing that. Like, that's very, you know, it kind of got me in the feels. And that's one of the main reasons I'm doing this video. A few people asked me if I would do videos like this, as far as talking about cases, or talking about, you know, anime related topics, you know, whether it's the good, bad, or the ugly. And I decided, why not? You know, let's talk about Vic, because he's, you know, very influential to the community, to the Dragon Ball community. So that's just my take on it. My overall view is, I feel from what I've seen that Vic is as guilty as it is to, in the sense, yes, if you hug someone, so what? As long as you're not sexually touching them, there should be no problem. If he kissed someone and it's through consent, I mean, we're all grown. I mean, I know in the workforce or in the workplace, you're not supposed to be doing that. You're not supposed to be kissing your work or your employees or employers, you know. But, I mean, if we're talking about adults here, we're talking about a 56-year-old man that has been doing this for over 20 years as far as his career is concerned, working with Funimation. And just the overall amount of joy that he brought to fans, with his voice. So it's a situation where I feel like individuals, whether it's jealousy or some garbage going on, because people are very unpredictable. And I have spoken up, or at least touched up on this topic before, because that's the most dangerous thing. The most dangerous thing on this world or in this planet is people. We make the surroundings dangerous. We make our own problems. We create our own problems. And sometimes we create problems for others, intentional and unintentional, So in this scenario, it seems like there is a lot of intentional wrongdoing going on. And they obviously don't like Vic. Maybe Vic is a little too cocky in the workplace. I've heard stuff about that Vic, has a certain way of being. And, we even had Shemmel and other individuals make fun of him. And these are guys that I looked up to. Again, Goku. We're talking about Goku, my favorite character of Dragon Ball. And I don't, obviously, I don't want to be like cheesy, but that's my favorite. He's my favorite. I have been inspired by Goku as a character, and the values that he has. Obviously, we're not going to talk about him not, taking care of his own son in the anime and the particulars, but we can say the representation that the character supposedly have, as far as what he is all about. And to see the voice actors, obviously, I'm not going to think the voice actors are saints, but damn, guys, come on, you're supposed to be, kind of together. Vic was saying that you were his friends, and friends don't treat each other that way, and they don't try to get the other person fired, and they don't try to twist stories around to make them sound worse than what they are. If the man kissed you, Bulma, and I'm talking to the actress, voice actress, then if you allowed it, then it's cool, right? What's the issue? Supposedly, Vic, from his perspective, he went into her, I think her room, or it was somewhere in Funimation, and basically, Vic said, "Can I kiss you?" He was the one who asked her, or I guess came on to her in that way. Guy probably thought you were attractive and you guys were sharing chemistry, and he probably thought, hey, maybe, at the end of the day, he's a man, he's still a man, and you're a woman, so whatever titles you guys have or whatever business you guys have, outside of that, he's a man and you're a woman. He's male, you're female. So he asked them, was curious if he could have a kiss, and then you tell him, close the door. You guys make out, and then now fast forward to today, or already these past months, you already are trying to crucify the guy, with the help of staff and of course Toei, which is, it sucks. It sucks because this was this guy's bread and butter, Vic, that's his job. He goes to conventions, he does autographs, he talks to his fans, he does his voice, Broly. I've heard him do the voice and teaching other fans to do it and bringing on fans aboard to do the voice. You guys are, this is the type of person you're trying to hurt. That really sucks, But guys and girls, if you want to see more of what's going on, if you happen to care, happen to give a fuck, definitely check it. It's something that you will probably be shocked to see some of the things going on. I know I was watching it, being just the audience. And you're going to see some stuff coming from Vic, and I'm not going to say I cried or anything, or I was super sad, but I can feel for the guy. I see the guy and he looks pretty damn sincere to me overall. Now, as you guys can see, there are holes in the story, and not on Vic's end, but on the accusers, the accusations. Did the guy do some of the things? Possibly. Maybe not in the context that it's being brought forth. And that's the problem. Perspective, perception, the context. These are all key words when we're looking at a situation, because if I view something in a specific way that happens to be negative, but in reality, the intention was supposed to be positive, we just have a misunderstanding. And it's not fair for another individual to get crucified and lose his career because of a misconception. But anyways, guys and girls, thank you for taking some time to watch this video. I know it's not your typical type of video. I do apologize if you're not into this. I will in the future cover some topics like this. And again, I want to start covering some animes that I enjoy, like My Hero Academia, One Punch Man, Dragon Ball Super, just so many, Mob 100. There's a lot of my favorites, so you guys got to bear with me. What I might do is I'll cover actual manga once I have my streaming set up, and I'll be able to record some YouTube videos. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's relatively short. It's just talking about his case, and I'm not going into the particulars. I literally just, watched 1 through 4 from what I've seen, and I don't know too much about the case, but what I do know is that these people are ruining a man's career. They're ruining his character as a person, and now he has to try to fight for his own, his own right, and that sucks, where you have to actually fight for what was already yours. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know if you've been following the case, because I just recently got on a board and I will be following it moving forward. If you have any questions, definitely, again, leave them in the comment section below. But as always, guys and girls, this channel is all about you.